90 seconds to introduce yourself, and we'll start with Ms. Connie.
Okay, good evening, and thank you again, Echo and Paper Phones, for allowing the candidates to be heard tonight. My name is Connie Fayne. I'm running for Circuit Court Clerk, which you all know that. But born and raised here in Tipton County. My parents were the late Alonzo and Bobby Fayne. I'm a member of the Mount Tipton CME Church. I have a daughter, Courtney, and I have 3 beautiful grandchildren, Avery, Aiden, and Kason. They keep me going because I have them every weekend. And also, a 1983 graduate from Brighton High School. We were the last class to graduate from the old school. Go Cardinals. I know we got some Cardinals in here.
David Glenn from your classes back here.
Oh, but I've been with the Circuit Court for 41 years. I'm serving as the Chief Deputy Clerk, bookkeeper, and I have responsibilities and duties in juvenile court. So I'm well-rounded with the office, been there a long time. I've seen it come from docket books to now computerized. And just because I've been there so long, I am adaptable to new technology. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Shane Waits, and there again, most of y'all know me anyway. Again, same thing with Echo. Can't hear me? Is that better?
Good. Okay, yeah.
All right. And yeah, thank y'all for doing this. This is good. But yes, running for Circuit Court Clerk. I'm a 3rd generation in the county. Grew up down in the other side of Brighton, just outside of Atoka. Went to Mumford High School. Married to Jennifer for 29 years now. We've got 3 kids. Hannah's 22, doing hairstyles. Emma just graduated, and I'll have to brag on her, 4th of her class at Brighton. She got a full scholarship at UT Knoxville. So, and then Audrey. And if y'all haven't seen Audrey, go to my Facebook page, look at some of those videos. She's more of a campaigner than I am. Went to from high school, started working at the Covington Leader. I was out there for 23 years. Moved all the way up from the bottom all the way to running the print shop and circulation when I left there. Started at the Circuit Court Clerk then. Currently still work part-time at Home Depot if y'all see me out there. That's kind of been my campaign fund over the past few years. So, yeah, that's about it for me, I guess.
Fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first question, and that is, what is your specific plan to modernize record storage and public access, and what is your realistic timeline? And we'll start with Ms. Connie.
Okay, we've already started scanning in all our civil docket, paperwork and everything. What we do, we scan in the original file, and all the supporting documents we can discard them. So long as we have that main paperwork, we're good. And anything else you need, we can print it out. So the plan is once I'm sworn in, we're gonna start scanning in everything, and then it makes the access so much better. We don't have to go outside to get the paperwork. We can just print everything out. So that makes it more accessible to anybody that's needing paperwork. And anybody in the county can get the paperwork. That records are public except for juvenile court. Only person that can get juvenile court records is the people that are involved in the case. So you can't just come in and get juvenile records. So you won't have access to those.
And she's about the same thing what she's saying about us scanning in now. Mike got us all scanners here just not long ago, so we're scanning stuff more on a regular basis now. Started scanning in some of the general sessions as we can. Right now, the manpower is kind of down here this past few months, but hopefully that'll change. I started talking to Lauren Fletcher with Tri-County, I guess you could say, school systems, where they have programs for the high schoolers to try to get some internship. And hopefully we can get that going here next year or so. You get some interns coming in, but we can get some office work done and take some of that off of the clerks itself.
I think what we all want is to, so right now you can go on to the Tipton County case search and you can say, okay, Echo goes to court on this day and this is what happened. You can see kind of some of the disposition on some, and it goes back a very long time.
We want to download those affidavits.
at Shelby.
Well, that's the point. That's when I say we're gonna start scanning in everything, and that will be available to the public. Well, I take that back. You have to have a subscription
Oh, got it,
to
okay.
get the affidavits. Everything else is available on TNCRT info. You can go in, you can look if people have civil records, if they have criminal records, all that's available now.
Got it, okay.
But you have to have a subscription, and right now we're only giving the subscriptions to attorneys' offices and businesses.
Got it.
And it's free to them for right now. So, yeah, since you have a business, you can come, just call me and I'll give you a subscription.
Since we allow for extra time, do you wanna add anything?
No, you're fine. It's fine.
All right, so you both spent years as deputy clerks in this office, one of you for 41 years, one of you for 15 years. Rather than the length of service, what specifically have you done in that time that qualifies you to run the office? And start with you, Shane, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Well, part of it's the good relationships I've created with just about all the agencies, the sheriff's department. I was talking with them last week about, there's some of the, I think Shelby County has some inner workings between the clerk's office and the sheriff's department where they can share information back and forth, and that would help us tremendously, because right now the dispositions we're doing in the courtroom, we have to write them down and turn it back into the sheriff's department. But along with that, bonding companies, I've got a great relationship with them. They come to me a lot of times on getting everything done. But as far as getting everything done in the office, we're all pretty smooth on what we do. I don't know more specifically what you're after.
It's my turn? Okay. I would say what qualifies me to run is that the experience that I've had. It's like on-the-job training that I've done over the years. And I'm familiar with all parts of the court. I'm familiar with juvenile court, I'm familiar with general sessions court, and I'm also familiar with circuit court. I help in all of those areas. And being the bookkeeper, I know the financial, and I think that's one of the most important parts is that every month I do the reports. I know when they're due, I know where they go, in the time frame that I have to have them completed. So knowing all the financials and being able to make the entries, I feel that that's very much one of my qualities. And plus, like I say, knowing hand-on and how to sit at pretty much everybody's desk and do what they do. Because that's how we learned when I first started working at the age of 19. We was trained to do everything in the office.
All right, and then our last question. So people walking into this office are often dealing with something stressful, whether it's a court case, a fine they don't understand, a license they can't get reinstated. What does good customer service look like in that setting, and how do you train staff to deliver it?
What it looks like is first you got to listen to what they're asking for. Then once you identify the problem, you try to solve the problem. If they're needing to get their license reinstated, we have access to the Department of Safety portal that we can pull it up and tell exactly what has their license suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So then we look at the paperwork and tell them, hey, you can either do a payment plan or you go to the DMV and see if you're even eligible. A lot of times they're not eligible for a payment plan to drive, so they have to come back and get a restricted license. So you deal with the problem, and you have to be professional, and you have to have patience with people, and also compassion, because like you said, when they're coming to the office, it is stressful. The job that we have that a lay person don't know, or regular people don't know, is everything in our office, most of it is a problem. You know, you either got a criminal charge or you got a civil charge that you owe money, so you are stressed. So therefore, we, to be professional and compassionate, I think it takes a lot of compassion. And one thing, you treat people the way you want to be treated. And you take time with them and you help them solve their problems. And you go beyond. Now, I will say for myself, I go beyond the call to do to make sure that people are taken care of.
Thank you.
There again, kind of the same thing with what she's saying. Sometimes we have to step in. It was just the other day, it was one of the girls over there was having an issue with one of the guys that were coming up and getting a little irate. And sometimes you just have to slide over there, step in, and just another face, somebody telling them it's the exact same thing, but hearing it from a different person, sometimes they'll listen and they'll understand a little bit better. Other than that, I don't know as far as what else.
And I said that one was our last question, but I just thought of another question. So what is it that, so when we're looking at Circuit Court Clerk, a lot of people don't know what that is. So do you guys want to explain kind of what you guys do? All that?
Circuit Court Clerk, we are record keepers. We take filings, we collect money, we pay taxes, we turn over basically about $1 million every year to the county. It might not be that much because we have to pay the county, we have to pay the state. We assist the judge, of course we assist customers, but our main thing is we're record keepers. So we keep up with the records, and we have records from 100 years ago. And can I say something else right quick?
Sure.
What they call them, chief daughter, county mayor daughter, we need an archive. Thank you.
I've heard that from the museum as well. They want an archive, go talk to them.
We may have talked about this already. The last time I went to pull an archive out of the old school, I won't say the whole location, but when I was pulling out, I'll text him. I said, if I get through this, the first thing I'm coming after is somewhere to store our stuff.
Yeah.
So that is going to be very important.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've heard that from, somebody in, I think, Register of Deeds, and then also museum as well, too.
Yeah, they're spread out throughout the county. There are multiple locations where they're at. We need much better air conditioning or just some kind of storage facility than just collecting dust in the back crooks of everything.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.